Eboni K. Williams in a recent interview is confirming what we already knew, that her and Leah are just colleagues. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So as you know, we just reported last night that the reason that the Real Housewives of New York reunion didn't happen was because of an investigation that was brought on because Eboni K. Williams had some accusations against Ramona Singer. According to this new report, we finally found out what that statement was. And this alleged racist statement pretty much says, and this is why we don't want black people on the show. I'm paraphrasing. If you missed that video, be sure to check that video out. I'll post a link to that in the description. Well, now in a recent interview, Eboni K. Williams is confirming where the status of her friendship with Leah McSweeney, a newbie on The Real Housewives of New York, is currently. And according to her, and this is a quote, they're friendly colleagues. And I kind of don't believe the friendly part. Let's get into what Page 6 is reporting. So they're saying this during a recent guest appearance on the game Sip and Tell with S'more Date. And this just happened yesterday. Williams declined to sip her drink when asked, "Are you and Leah still friends? If you're friends, take a sip." And according to Page 6, he said, immediately irked by the question, which I find hard to believe with Eboni. She's pretty even-keeled. She immediately irked by the question. She responded, "Oh, you're messy. You are real messy. Leah and I are what we've always been. Friendly colleagues." So the host asked, "So you're not friends?" Williams then said good night before pretending to exit the Instagram chat. So as you know, we've been talking about how the current status of Eboni K. Williams and her friendship with the other ladies. We've been hearing all kinds of rumors that they're not in a good place. They're not communicating. They're not hanging out. But that's very common for these housewives shows. A lot of these women aren't friends. The only real friends left on this show are probably Robin and Giselle from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Other than that, these ladies don't stay in communication. Bethany Frankel recently said that on her podcast about how toxic this world is, how this is not what you think it is. Check out my other videos on that. So it also should be noted that a lot of times when the show brings these ladies on and they have one of the particular housewives bring the ladies on, they pretend to be friends. I still don't understand why they feel the need to do that anymore, because the jig is up. We know they're not really friends. So a lot of people believe that Eboni and Leah are friends and were friends before the show. No, they were not. Let me confirm that for you. They were not friends. However, sometimes friendships can be formed from being on this show. A sisterhood can be formed from being on the show. But if you've been following my videos, I've told you multiple times, Leah is not interested in a sisterhood. Leah's interested in expanding her Married to the Mob brand, tacky ass brand. I mean, sorry. Sorry. Let me be professional. She's just interested in expanding her brand. So she will even side with racists. I mean, allegedly. So there was a story, I reported on this story, at Dave Quinn's book launch party, Eboni K. Williams was attending. We heard there was a rumor that there was a pact between Leah, Luann, and Ramona that when Eboni arrived, they would leave. She would enter one side, they would leave through the other side. You saw the photos, they were at the party. When Eboni got to this party, according to my sources, they were gone. They were gone. Okay. So it should be no surprise. And I think Eboni was being very gracious in this instance by saying that they are friendly colleagues. I'm sure she's friendly colleagues with a lot of people that she probably would never hang out with in life, besides doing work. But you also may recall at this book launch party before Eboni arrived, there was an interview that Leah did with Entertainment Tonight. And she says she hasn't heard from Ebony. She said that multiple times in this interview. She hadn't heard from Ebony. Leah's trying to play this game. She's trying to stick with these ladies. She's trying to stick with them because she feels their position is safe on the show. But girl, your position has never been safe on the show. Even if you want to try and suck up to Ramona and Luann, whose positions on the show are shaky at best right now too. Did I tell you guys I saw Leah? She didn't see me, thankfully. She did not see me. It was downtown Manhattan. She looked beautiful. If you follow me on my social media, I said that. Look, I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to tell you, I'm not, even if I don't like you, if you look good, she looked beautiful in person. But she is one of those people in these social circles that is a social climber. She's trying to become relevant. She's trying to make money. And I can't be mad at her for that. But when you start aligning yourself with problematic people in order to heighten your career, even though you try to act like a fake ally on the show. Yep, fake ally. Because don't forget that scene when Ebony came to her and she was opening up to her about her own issues. She made it about herself and ran down to go fight with Heather. We didn't forget that. You remember that scene when they were at Ramona's house in the Hamptons and they were all dressing up. So Leah, we see you. But now is the big question, do you want to see this play out on The Real Housewives of New York? Do you want to see what is going on with the relationship with Ebony and Leah? Do you want to see how Ramona and Ebony are going to interact now? Honestly, I don't think you are. I don't think anyone's interested in it. I think what I've seen a resounding comment is that people want to see this franchise wipe clean of everyone and start anew. But I don't believe that they need to do that. I don't believe they need to do that. I think they need to get rid of at least 3. You already know who's in my 3. You already know that one person that's in my 3. Bye, Leah. You were never good for the show. You were never good for the show. I didn't like you season 1. I tried to give you a chance in season 2 and you failed me. And based on what I've been hearing, you are fake woke. Hey, Michael Shea. If you don't know that story, look that up. And I know Michael Shea is problematic in his own right, but look. So I'm not surprised by this story. I think Ebony is being gracious in this moment by calling her a friendly colleague, but she's also being real at the same time. We're not friends. She's someone that I was introduced to on the show, and she helped usher me in to this show. But we also know that the only reason why Bravo added a black woman was because of they were being pressured because of the time. But if you've lived in New York, if you know anything about New York, you're always saying they should have been had a black housewife, a Hispanic housewife, an Asian house. What took you guys so long? Oh, because you had success with what you had. So you just like, there's no reason to. Until people started questioning Bravo and their antics and their inconsistencies when it comes to how they handle race on their platform. So I found this to be interesting, this story coming out right after the other story that we covered last night in regards to Ramona and this alleged racist comment. Again, Ramona has denied saying this. She says that she can't talk about this because they signed off a confidentiality agreement. According to that report, they also said that she went through sensitivity training, but another source says that all the housewives go through this sensitivity training. And based on my sources, I heard that someone had an allegation against someone and they had to go through training, the accuser, allegedly. Real Housewives of New York, I'm not going to forget this. I love New York. I love the city. I loved the Real Housewives of New York up until these last couple of seasons. It's definitely lost its luster. Do I think that it's over? No, because at the end of the day, as Andy would like to say, New York is a character in the show. Okay, Sex in the City. We know SJP's your friend. Hey, Andy. But I love New York City. New York City has some of the most amazing people in the world because we are a city where people from around the world come and live and be great. So let's reflect that in the show. Carlos, it's time for Love and Marriage Brooklyn. I keep telling you, Take the notes. Guys, as always, I want to know your thoughts on this story in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.